Today we read from the Gospel of John, chapter 15, verses 1 to 8. This must be one of the most vivid of the I am sayings of the Gospel of John. It's such a lovely image, the vine, growing and producing flowers and fruit, our being like branches in the vine, rooted into Jesus, and his life flowing right through us to produce that delicious fruit. Of course, the end product of grapes is also in mind here, the wine of the Eucharist, the blood of Christ. It is beautiful and encouraging, and Jesus' words, "Abide in me and I in you," are very precious, and words to take to heart and meditate on and make our own. Abide is such a deep and meaningful word, so settled and stable and long-lasting, not a temporary sojourn, but a home forever. The branch and the vine are as one. That is the image for our connectedness to Jesus. And from that deep connectedness grows the fruit, which the vine is there to produce. No chance of any fruit if a branch falls off the vine, if we become detached from Jesus. And that leads us to the challenge of this I am saying, of the vine image. How much fruit are we bearing? The vine dresser knows very well that he must prune the vine every year, prune it hard, in order to get a crop the next year and to increase its yield. If a branch bears no fruit, off with it. It's a waste of space. And if a branch does bear fruit, prune it down, because then it will bear more next year. I don't know if you have ever walked through a vineyard and seen the pruned vines in winter. I remember this in Switzerland, where I used to live, and there were vineyards on the south-facing mountain slopes over Lake Geneva. The vines were pruned to within an inch of their lives, every one identical, really close to the ground, and it looked as if they would never grow again. But sure enough, come spring and the snow melting, out they sprouted and produced their fruit. This part of the message may be less welcome to us. Even if we bear fruit in our Christian lives, God still prunes us. However good we are as people, however much we love the Lord, challenging things still happen in our lives. We still go through trials and tribulations. We're not shrouded in cotton wool. That would not be the way to make us more fruitful. Some philosophers have called this life a veil of soul-making, to explain why it is that good people do suffer in life, why God allows bad things to happen to good people. These events can be, for us, a character-forming experience. There's nothing automatic about this, though. Suffering can make us bitter, angry, resentful, and turn us against God. Remember Job, though, who refused to take this line, good for him. Instead, when we suffer, we can ask God to make it for us a fruitful experience. We can pray for the Holy Spirit to work within us and use this trial to soften our hearts or teach us patience or empathy for others or generosity towards those in need, or in some way to make us more like Christ. The Bible also uses the image of metal in the furnace being tested. That seems very alarming. I prefer Jesus' image of the vine, growing, and if we allow it, growing through us, if we abide in Jesus, intentionally and daily choosing to abide in him through whatever may be happening in our lives.